What's good, everybody? It's Batman, and today we're going to be doing another reaction video. We're actually going to be changing it up. It's going to be Marvel this time, and then the next one will be one more Batman reaction that we're going to do that's pretty cool to check out. Someone I actually enjoyed watching as well way back then, and I'll even put like the other reactions I've done to that dude's channel as well in the description down below when we eventually do it, but it's not relevant. In this today's video, which we're going to be checking out a YouTuber content creator called Chuck. You guys probably know him from way back then when you knew about Swag Kage and all these other content creators, etc. But he's a good content creator, very competent, knows what he's doing, and I feel like this is just kind of relevant to check out and kind of just react to and give our thoughts and whatnot, because ever since the announcement of Doctor Doom coming into the MCU, I felt like, why not? This would be really cool. This is basically him scaling Doctor Doom, and the title of the video is How Strong is Doctor Doom? And at the end of the day, I know from everything I've heard about Chuck that he's a very good scaler and knows what he's doing. He's up there. So I would assume that this video is going to be pretty solid and he's going to be doing Doctor Doom justice, because I'm just going to put this out there. I don't know absolutely everything when it comes to Marvel, but I do know a good bit, and I at least do know that Doctor Doom is no fucking joke. He's extremely intelligent, an incredible strategist and technician, similar to Batman in many ways. Has done crazy accomplishments. He even stole the power of the Beyonder and literally became an omnipotent threat, okay? And was like just cracked out of his mind and like no diff Thanos type shit, you know? He's ridiculous. And mind you, like that's basically a feat that the Batman Who Laughs did as well. So like, you know, again, like many similarities with Batman technically too, but he's really cool because for one, he's technically like an anti-hero in a sense. He's like a villain and a hero in a way. He's a very confusing dude, but mainly a villain, if I'm being honest with you. But he's not only very intelligent, can fight whatever, but he also is a sorcerer. He's pretty cool in that aspect, and he's really good when it comes to creating suits and technology and engineering, you name it. So he's just really powerful. And one thing he's similar to, it's like, again, as an example, Batman, he's able to make contingency plans or knows how to defeat a lot of heroes and villains, which is his intellect, you know, or the abilities that he has. Like, he's a really cool character and concept, which is probably explains why MCU is even intrigued to even make him an Avengers threat as well, because Doctor Doom really is that strong. Better yet, if you guys ever played Marvel Ultimate Alliance, you'd kind of have an idea of why he's no joke. You know what I mean? He's literally one of the main villains in that game. So, but let's get into this video. No further ado, let's do it.
As someone who has delved into comics for many years on this channel, it should come no surprise that perhaps the most entertaining villain in comic book history would one day get covered by me. Well, that day has finally arrived. Victor Von Doom, the infamous rival to the Fantastic Four and ruler of Latveria, is one of the most intriguing comic book characters to scale. Doom's abilities and capabilities are far beyond.
That's it, beyond Dr. Doom.
The reason for this is because Doom has the full authority within his own kingdom to act and create devices and magic workings that he sees fit. Not only this, but his mother being a witch also gives Doom vast and powerful arcane and mystical abilities and knowledge. Partner those things with his literal god-tier intelligence, and you have one of the most intimidating matchups in comics. We will review Doom's tech and what he can accomplish with it, his magic and the extent of it, his combat skill and intelligence, and finally, the wildest feats that he has accomplished since his first appearance. So, let's go ahead and get right into the drip of one of the most formidable opponents in all of fiction. One of the scariest aspects to Doom's profile is his ingenuity in the tech field, and the many things that he has built over the years. For example, Reed Richards, a man known throughout the Marvel multiverse for his brains, except in the Scarlet Witch movie, literally said the workings and properties of the power cosmic were far beyond...
Literally, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry, that was probably the most insane plot twist I've ever seen in my life. Like, they do a great job introducing him, showing how intelligent he is, whatever, etc. And then next thing you know, he's just dumb as rocks when he's fighting against Scarlet Witch.
No time at all, and with not nearly as much experience with the power cosmic, Doom literally prepared a device that even his new henchmen could operate. And the device could literally body the power cosmic. Well, Doom literally tricked the Silver Surfer, the Silver Jobber, into walking into a device and was basically siphoned and auto-drained instantly. Doom then harnessed the power cosmic and filtered it into his suit, using the power as his own for a time thanks to his wild tech. Doom proceeded to weaponize his power with ease, as even his regular suit was able to process and handle it. The insanity for Doom to being able to out-tech the power cosmic should come as no shock, as he's even drained the power of the immeasurably powerful Galactus, and even dared to box with the Allfather Odin as well. He's even
That's
siphoned
crazy.
the power of the Watchers, who are equal to Skyfathers like Odin. He's tased a massively strong Thor, he's mind-hacked Magneto, he survived the power of Terrax head-on, a herald of galactic...
You know what's kind of funny about all this? Like, you know what I realized about very intelligent characters? Whenever they come across a threat that's like too powerful, they either have to make a suit, or they have to drain their powers and weaken them, or steal their powers. Every time, that's what they do. And it's just crazy how they can even be intelligent enough to accomplish things like that. But, you know, it's kind of funny, though. I mean, it's what Thanos did. It's what Doom does. It's what Batman Who Laughs did, you know?
is comparable to the Silver Surfer in power. He's negated time displacement hacks, endured an attack from Infinity Gauntlet Thanos.
Now, thinking about it, you want to know what would be a really cool versus battle video, too? Dr. Doom versus the Batman Who Laughs. 2 villains, bro. That'd be really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
And he's even scrapped and knocked out the Hulk. Doom is well known for his threat level when coming into contact with any source of power beyond time, space, and even dimensions themselves. For instance, Doom has had multiple instances where he has completely absorbed and controlled the power of the Molecule Man. Molecule Man, whom I will concede is about as inconsistent as it gets when it comes to cosmic heavy hitters due to his mental state and mood, is still a major factor when coming to terms with Doom's tech extent. The reason for this is that we are simply speaking to the potential power of Molecule Man. At his lowest and latent power, Molecule Man was a being with power that was narratively seen as both a threat to the Beyonder himself and a raw power even beyond the Phoenix Force. At his worst, a typical blast from Molecule Man, according to the Beyonder, was enough to blast through casually billions of dimensions.
Damn.
Raw power was something that Doom has not only captured with tech once, but he has done so on many different occasions. The second time, scaling to the Ivory Kings and such, it again re-emphasizes that Doom's tag has outer-versal to high outer-versal power capabilities.
Crazy.
Outer-versal meaning that he is dealing with powers that far transcend the concept of dimensionality and time-space as a whole, as he can embody power levels and control them, that scale to abstracts beyond the multiverse, existence itself, and even the narratives that sculpt outer to high outer-versal concepts.
Like, bro, like, how do you beat somebody like that? Like, that's just ridiculous, dude. Like, again, the writing would have to be extremely convenient for anybody to even obtain a W, because shit like that is crazy, dude. This is some Batman shit, okay?
Doom has even weaponized and contained the power of a Beyonder that overcame his own narrative in the story itself. Not only can his technology process and utilize such insane levels of power, but we of course must review its normal uses and purposes. Touching on his standard suit, this armor can go toe-to-toe with Iron Man, the Fantastic Four, Hulk, Thor, and even take blasts and strikes from the Green Goliath and the God of Thunder. His armor can not only do this, but he is known for his different methods of energy attacks, projections, shields, and other devices within his suit that allow him to compete with even teams like the Avengers. Lastly, what makes his tech feats so wild is oftentimes, you can say that his feats are weaker than he normally can accomplish. The logic behind this is the plethora of Doom statements that proclaim that it was not Doom doing such things, but rather one of his seemingly endless Doom bots. His bots can contend with who I mentioned prior.
Yeah, he literally has so many goddamn Doom bots, and the craziest thing about the Doom bots, what's kind of funny is the Doom bots are basically kind of similar to Naruto when Naruto's doing like all his KCM fucking shadow clones everywhere. Like, we know Naruto with KCM, right? Like, is really powerful, up there like Minato level, whatever you name it, V2 Raikage, above the Sonic, all that good stuff, whatever, right? But when he does the shadow clones, now they're like all like basically, low Kage to mid Kage level, just clones themselves. They're not high Kage level anymore, but they're lower mid Kage, however you want to even take that. I would say mid Kage, which is like around the Sonic level and tier, and things like that, along with the Noki, the second Kage, etc. But either way, you get the point. Basically, that's what Dr. Doom does, but he calls them Doom bots, okay? It's his version of the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and they're very fucking powerful. They're not as powerful as Dr. Doom himself, but they're still very crazy strong. So
have almost all of the same capabilities as base Doom, and are sentient to the point that even they believe that they are the real Dr. Doom. Now, a lot can be said about the tech exploits and scaling for Doom, but just as much can be said for his magic knowledge, range, and usage. Being the son of an infamous witch, one even Mephisto has had encounters with, You see,
And
Doom
see, this
was
is the
always
thing too.
destined.
Like, if Doctor Doom's able to defeat people like Mephisto, Galactus, you name it, steal powers from like the Beyonder, or deal with Molecule Man and etc. If this motherfucker can do that, that's what I'm saying. There's no way you're not gonna convince me Batman can't do the same. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. So,
Him to be a powerhouse in the arcane department. Coupled with his insane intellect and tech, the magic capabilities of Doom stand out even more because of how it complements his many talents. Because just in basic arcane knowledge, Doom is on par with the historically dominant magic users like Stephen Strange. He can also
although
battle
he
back and
cursed.
forth with Brother Voodoo, no issues at all, with Voodoo being a magic user on par with Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. And the Sorcerer Supreme title only goes to magic users smart enough and strong enough to protect the multiverse from threats, even abstracts. Doom has more than matched the knowledge of the Sorcerer Supreme, and even took up the mantle for Strange himself for a bit. Besides his obvious high IQ magic use, Strange also states that Doom might even be more dangerous of a magic user than himself.
yep.
And the reason for this is that Strange explains that Doom has a level of fearlessness and proficiency within the dark side of magic that Strange can't really match. That is, Doom will go to places in the arcane trenches that Strange is simply not willing to go towards. This dangerous arsenal includes spells that can BFR even the Avengers roster, shields and defensive barriers that can even stand up to mad Celestials.
Man has barriers because of sorcery to withstand Celestials. That's fucking crazy, bro. Jesus Christ.
Supremely powerful abstracts that scale above the power of Skyfathers such as Odin, who can make the multiverse tear up in battle, and can even nullify the flames that threaten to wipe out the World Tree, which is infinite.
Jesus.
The arcane knowledge to bully Mephisto in his own realm, and a spell arsenal to make time and space his own playground, while humiliating other high-tier magic users in the process. Plus, he even figured out magic that goes beyond the story and narrative, as he figured out God of Stories Loki's narrative hacks and how magic can rewrite even stories. And he was even capable of countering this. He could perform body swaps, dimensional hop, power drain, cast illusions and mental attacks, including mind loops capable of containing the Phoenix. In terms of Doctor Doom the Sorcerer, not many can compete with Doom on the magic front. Even if he was solely a magic user, his many universal, multiversal, to even outerversal uses of magic makes him one of the most mystically dangerous characters in Marvel.
Clearly.
Since we have touched up on some of the wildest IQ and skills of Victor Von Doom, let's take a closer look at his department of intelligence and skill. In terms of all-around intelligence, Doom has a viable case for the biggest brain amongst the big brains in the Marvel Universe. While Reed Richards is seen as his rival in intelligence, I do not see them as equals in overall IQ, although I acknowledge the relativity. The difference for me is Doom's range. Doom is one of the smartest to ever exist, but unlike most of his peers, Doom is top of the field in multiple fields. In terms of tech and science intelligence, Doom can create and manipulate...
That's one thing, too, that's like always funny to me. It's like Batman, he's had the opportunities to learn sorcery and magic as well, and you name it, but he hates magic. He doesn't like it. He could easily do it. Easily. Okay? Like, there's statements for whatever you name it, the whole nine. But he doesn't want to. Like, if anything, the only spell he's ever actually learned, which was in a DC verse only, was to stop a sorcerer from even using magic. That was the only spell he even learned at a certain point. But other than that, like, he refuses it. He hates the realm of supernatural stuff and sorcery, you name it. But it's kind of crazy to think about, because if Batman was willing to do sorcery as well and still be a hero, the man would be insane. He'd literally just be Doctor Doom, but the good version. You know? Like,
Reed Richards has yet to comprehend or understand. This includes the knowledge that scales to even the abstracts, and beings like Galactus even respect his tier of intelligence. And even Doctor Strange concedes that Doom may be more versed in all forms of magic, as the dark side of magic is something that Doom is very comfortable with. So, I would say that he is easily Sorcerer Supreme tier in magic IQ, with his versatility being due to his lack of fear of the darker sides of the arcane. Now, I think that fighting skill and intelligence is something that I feel is really understated about Doom, because he can actually scrap with people. First of all, just
okay, I didn't know that.
Doom once ran around dressed like Daredevil, just to prove that he could actually do Daredevil level. That is right. Doom literally proves that he can perfectly emulate Daredevil as a fighter just to do so. And Daredevil is one of the most skilled fighters in Marvel, as he is able to go toe-to-toe with Iron Fist, a being who has mastered all earthly forms of combat, including an infinite amount of techniques coming from the mystical realms beyond space and time.
Damn.
Another instance when Doom showcased that he can really scrap down was when he faced against one of his biggest ops of all time, that being the Black Panther. The Black Panther, a being who has literally mastered all forms of combat and even knows secret Wakandan techniques, once ran down on Doom when he was powered down. But what did Doom do? Well, he simply laughed it off and beat the hell out of him.
Damn.
So, while his intelligence and overall technology and skill in magic is
So
really
Doom has hands as well. He can fight. That's crazy. Like not only is he wearing like an insane fucking suit 24/7, and then he has like insane sorcery powers, you name it, energy abilities, draining abilities, the whole nine, everything Chuck said. But the man can also go hand to hand and fight. That's crazy. Like this man's basically Marvel Batman, but like on steroids, because he also does fucking sorcery and has a broken ass suit at all times. And mind you, Batman has like insane broken suits as well, but he doesn't wear those 24/7. He could if he wanted to, probably make his life tremendously a lot easier. But then now Batman wouldn't have any stories, and he'd basically be a character like Superman, right? And that would provide limitations in a narrative, etc. The whole nine. If Batman's answer was to use his most powerful suits 24/7, there would not be Batman, basically, and there wouldn't be any good Batman stories. That's why he always uses his normal go-to bat suit, which is basically like an average one, right? It's not like an average, but you get what I'm saying. In comparison to some suit like, Black Panther or Doctor Doom, yeah, come on, big difference. So, but that's just crazy.
Celebrated with this character, I feel like his actual hand-to-hand combat is really understated. And I think it's really underrated as well. Oh, and he's also really skilled at not dying, because even when he was thrown back into the past millions of years ago, he still came back stronger than ever before and used his hate to survive. Even after his heart was turned to stone and his blood was turned into acid by the Marquis of Death, who I have covered in previous videos. And the Marquis of Death is really powerful because he was able to make Embody Eternity, or Avatars of Eternity, and the Molecule Man as his foot soldiers in
Yeah, that dude is ridiculously fucking powerful. He's an omnipotent being and bullied all those motherfuckers. Like, mind you, people like the Beyonder, Molecule Man, all that. He literally made them their children. Like, he's cracked. So yeah, so that's the cool thing about Doctor Doom. Like, Doctor Doom has his limits. You know what I mean? Like, he can beat a lot of omnipotent beings, whatever you name it. But when it comes to like omnipotent beings that are above those omnipotent beings, like different tiers of omnipotence, that's what you can't fuck with, So, but that is crazy though.
Battle. And as I said, Doctor Doom basically came back and changed his molecular buildup so much that even the Marquis of Death was convinced that he was not Victor Von Doom. So I think it is fair to say that Doctor Doom's patience for betrayal puts Bleach's Geens to shame. Geen is pretty dope, but this dude literally waited 1,000,000 years to actually scrap with his master again. Like, that is really crazy. Now we're at the part where I think a lot of people have been excited for, and that is the best feats that Doctor Doom has pulled off ever. So to start off with some of the things that we mentioned prior, Doom can ragdoll the Silver Surfer and no-diff siphon his power Cosmic, which is the same power, Cosmic, that gave Iron Man the ability to stand up to Oblivion, whose weakest avatar skill infinitely beyond the Chaos King,
Damn.
Covered before as well, a threat who nearly consumed the entirety of the Marvel multiverse, and the True Form Eternity did not want to actually scrap down with. Additionally, Doctor Doom was able to decipher and even understand and quantify the true potential of the Molecule Man's nature, a nature so powerful that it can stand up against the infinite dimensional Beyonder. Speaking of the Beyonder, Doom once went against him, proving that he could defeat a seemingly omnipotent being. Keep in mind, this same Beyonder, who is easily an out-reversal being, casually one-tapped a pissed-off Galactus on Battleworld. Doom managed to reset everything with said power, essentially bringing the end of Secret Wars, which is very spicy scaling. Doom has managed to go toe-to-toe against Kulan, a being with such immense power that he absorbed...
I've noticed the background music, by the way. If for any true COD fans, OG COD fans out there, that's Black Ops, by the way. I can't remember the number, but that is Black Ops. It's either 2 or 3. Yeah, but I know that's Black Ops.
Lords for breakfast and scares the piss out of Doctor Strange. And of course, as I mentioned, he even had the famous standoff and battle with the Mad Celestials. And Mad Celestials should scale to above standard Celestials, who are above Skyfathers. And Doom held off multiple by himself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Doom has also one-tapped and gotten rid of Blue Marvel, who had to shield himself from the blast. And this is really crazy because this was a Doom who had only just returned to the land of the living. Keep in mind, Blue Marvel is stated to have put down Beyonders before, erasing their physical avatars.
Wow.
This is insane given what avatars of Beyonders are capable of, as they can literally scrap down and kill the living tribunal. And these are the ones that appear in the multiverse when we see them. Even when he was trapped in Mephisto's realm, Doom tracked his hoe ass down and proceeded to put hands on him. So there are so many instances of Doctor Doom doing overpowered shit that he actually once remarked that it got boring being a god. In conclusion, I think it is fair to say that Victor Von Doom is one of the baddest, most strategical motherfuckers to ever exist. He is like Bleach's Eisen, DC's Brainiac, and other characters all in one package. I'd say that one of the main reasons as to why I like Doom so much.
Well, no, it's funny that he brought up DC's Brainiac, because that's how I know Chuck would actually have Batman even above Doctor Doom, especially the Batman who has no limits or restraints when it comes to morality and killing, etc. But Batman beat Brainiac, 12th level intellect. He outsmarted him, whatever, and beat him, etc. So imagine, like, bro, hey,
well talented. That one of the main reasons as to why I like Doom so much is that he is extremely well talented in several areas and is basically like a Mewtwo. An all-rounder being that can use practically every move available to him and can seemingly learn every other talent. Say that one DC's Brainiac and other characters all in one package. I'd say that one of the main reasons as to why I like Doom so much is that he is extremely well talented in several areas and is basically like a Mewtwo. An all-rounder being that can use practically every move available to him and can seemingly learn everything that he puts his mind to. Generally, I would say that a typical, even average Doctor Doom is easily capable of universal to multiversal levels of power.
Yep.
While his utmost insane showings definitely portray that he can deal with hyperversal to outerversal echelons of power.
Crazy.
Since he's faced off against Galactus, Odin, the Silver Surfer, the Avengers, the Hell Lords, and other insanely fast powerhouses in Marvel, he is easily capable of massively faster than light speeds to easily being in the conversation for having immeasurable levels of speed, meaning that he basically has speeds well beyond the concept of time-space itself, and as such puts the term faster than light into dust. I'd also like to mention that given enough prep time and knowledge, Doctor Doom has the very potential to solo your favorite verse. By the way, if you are a major Doctor Doom fan, make sure to check out Jobbers and Goons' channel in Discord.
Hey.
He has literally a server full of nothing but Doctor Doom's many amazing feats. And he's also helped me out a lot in making these comic book videos. So head his way down if you are a Doctor Doom fan. Thanks so much for watching.
Okay.
I hope that you enjoyed the video. Have a good one, and I will catch you thoughties next time.
All right, banger video. That was an incredible. What do you know? What do you expect, right? I already had high expectations for this video because, again, I know who Chuck is, in a sense. So great, just fantastic video, great scaling. Probably the best Marvel video I've seen so far. For scaling wise, out of anyone so far. You know what I mean? Really incredible video. He definitely delivered justice for Doctor Doom and showed me how ridiculous that motherfucker is. Shit. This kind of gets me thinking and really wondering what the MCU is going to be doing for Doctor Doom. You know what I mean? And now it all makes sense for why he's kind of an Avengers threat, But great video, hands down. Definitely did an incredible job. Yeah, just great. And Doctor Doom, he was always one of the characters I've really enjoyed, the concept of him and everything in Marvel too. He's always one of the big bad guys and villains, whatever you name it. And he's just so cool. He embodies sorcery, intelligence, suits, engineering skills, whatever. Can fight, apparently. I did not know that. But he can also fight Like, it's awesome. He's an awesome character, dude. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below on anything, what you think. And overall, let me know who you think wins, Batman Who Laughs or Doctor Doom. That's a really good battle. Like, honestly, I can't really give an answer myself. I would have to do more homework on that, if I'm being honest with you, because I do think they're both formidable opponents and very similar in many ways. The only main difference is the sorcery aspect. But I think where the Batman Who Laughs kind of starts to have the edge is like the insanity aspect, to where he's very unpredictable, etc. You name it, the whole nine. And the fact that like Batman's able to deal with Brainiac, who's like 12th level intellect, etc. You name it, and even deal with people like Lex, very, very intelligent people. Batman Who Laughs would probably be able to have the edge and be able to outsmart Doom and do something to come on top. That's a maybe. But if I was, to substantiate that route. But then again, to the contrary, there's many, many arguments for Doctor Doom. He's just absolutely cracked. You know what I mean? He's insane. And let's be real. Okay? Maybe if I did more homework, then maybe I could be wrong in this. But as what I currently know, if it's Batman and Doctor Doom in the same fucking room, what the fuck is Batman Who Laughs gonna do, bro? He's not doing shit to an insane fucking armored power suit that Doom is wearing, bro. The man can also fight. He's super freaking powerful as well. Has insane energy moves, whatever, sorcery, all kinds of spells. Can drain your power as well. You name it, all this crazy shit. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, you could even technically argue Doctor Doom could just like drain Batman's power. Like Batman stole the Dr. Manhattan's powers. Potentially, you can even argue he could just drain that and then now beat him, right? So like again, like it'd be very interesting when it really comes to the little chess match they probably have. Like, you could argue ways for Batman to last, and let's be real. If it was written, Batman would probably win as well. It's Batman at the end of the day, but that's a very interesting topic in my opinion. The Batman Who Laughs versus Doctor Doom, the two big bads, right? That's just really interesting to think about at the end of the day. And I will say this: if we gave both characters the same level of prep and so on and so forth, I would probably feel more confident to say in Batman's favor. But let's say it's just both of them like meeting each other or whatever, some shit, right off the whip, with no prep, whatever. I think that at that point is kind of fucked. The only way the Batman Who Laughs would be able to make it is if he has some get out of jail free card somehow to get away from Doom, and that's maybe possible because there has been many heroes and villains that have escaped from Doom. But that's like the only way. And then once he realizes what he's working with, now he can try to like plan, strategize, whatever you name it, right? But overall, that's a very interesting video. Currently from what I know, and mind you, I'm the biggest Batman fan that you all know of, I'd probably lean with Doctor Doom. But you could definitely argue for the Batman Who Laughs. Again, if I did more homework or whatever, I'd probably say the Batman Who Laughs. I do know all the feats that the Batman Who Laughs has. He has insane feats of beating tons of omnipotent beings, similar to what Doctor Doom has done, beating the Spectre, all kinds of crazy accomplishments that he has done. So the fact that he could do all those things, then it kind of gets thinking to the point where, yeah, he can more than likely probably deal with someone like Doctor Doom then. If he can deal with all those beings, he could probably deal with Doom as well. You get what I'm, so that's it again, that's where it kind of gets more favorable for Batman in a sense, because now really thinking about all the feats he has and all the people that he's beaten, that's a big deal, And then most importantly, I think Perpetua, who's like the goddess of the Marvel, multiverse or whatever, like who is no joke. I think she's like the next above like a tier of omnipotence. Like, how like Doctor Doom was dealing with like Beyonder, Molecule Man, whatever, blah blah, etc. But then there was like the Death Marquis or whatever that dude was, and he couldn't fuck with that though because that was his limit. Perpetua, I could be wrong, but I think she's up around those levels of power too, and the Batman Who Laughs was able to deal with her. So you see where I'm getting at now. So, but again, I don't really know. So if I had to pick, I'd say Doom as of now. But when I really, really think on it and analyzing everything as a whole, Batman Who Laughs actually might be the victor. I know that's kind of like a contradicting answer, but that's kind of what I'm just going with at the end of the day. If I had to pick Doom, but if I'm pretty sure if I did all my homework, whatever, and from what I currently know, I do think Batman is more impressive on the opposite spectrum. But it's very interesting. But anyways, Batman out. Peace.